Okay, you guys, so before I apply any color corrector or foundation or anything, you always want to prime your skin because this is what's going to make your makeup stay on a lot longer. This is going to make it less shine free. If you have oily skin, you're going to want to use a mattifying primer. If you have dry skin, then you're going to want to use a moisturizing primer. So for me, my skin around this time of the year is usually pretty dry because it's warming up, though it does kind of become like oily, so it's kind of like combination. But I'm into dewy. It's like a lot of things to learn, but I'm into dewy makeup, so kind of like oily. Some people use oily, but I think it looks dewy. So I'm going to be showing you guys some of my favorite drugstore primers just because I know a lot of my viewers get their makeup products from like Walmart or Target or Walgreens or places like that. So I want to use drugstore today to show you guys. One of my first holy grail primers that I love is the NYX Pore Filler Primer. I love this one because it really helps to just fill in your pores, obviously pore filler, and it's really mattifying, so I love this one. Another inexpensive one I've tried lately is the e.l.f. Poreless Face Primer. I love this one too. This one's kind of moisturizing. I would not use this necessarily if you had super oily skin because I feel like it might make your makeup slip around a little bit. But I like this one to really moisturize. And then we have the Maybelline Blur and Illuminate. I love this one because it's kind of got a little bit of a highlighter feel to it, so it really makes your makeup look glowy and pretty and just amazing. I use this one every day, and sometimes I even mix it with my foundation. And then last one, I'm sure everyone's heard of the Benefit Porefessional Primer. I love this one. This is kind of like a high end of the NYX Pore Filler. So any of these, well actually this one you can get at Sephora or Ulta, but all of the other ones you can get at Walmart or Target or Walgreens. So before I put on anything, I'm going to prime. And today I am going to be using the Maybelline Master Prime Face Studio. And so for this one, I'm just going to be I'm going to move my hair out of the way. I'm going to be focusing this on the high points of my cheeks. See how that adds like this illuminating just glow to your skin? Look at that. And this side, let's turn up the glow. Then I'm going to run some down the bridge of my nose, up into my forehead. And I'm kind of just patting this into my skin. Ooh. And then I'm going to put the rest on. Now that our face is glowing like a beautiful goddess. So, if you have dark skin and you get dark circles, like mine aren't that bad, and a lot of people's really aren't that bad. Let me stop right there. So for me, I get dark circles under my eyes. I have a little bit of darkness around my mouth. You can also use color correcting to fix any like scars if you have acne scarring and it came out to be like a dark circle or something like that. So the color corrector that we all know and love is by LA Girl, and it's just the typical orange color corrector. And then we have the NYX Deep Color Corrector. Actually, this is the Conceal and Color Correct. Now this one is out for me. I've used all of the orange out of there, but this is great and this is inexpensive. The mistake I think a lot of people make, and a mistake that I made when I first started color correcting, is I would just open this and literally just like go to town and just like put it all over the place. And it's so pigmented, which it's supposed to be, but like it's so pigmented, and so if you put too much on, your whole face is going to be orange, and the purpose is to only color correct the areas that need color correcting. So what I'm going to do is put just a little bit on the back of my hand, like literally a drop. See how little of an amount that is? Don't ever play yourself, you guys. Don't put too much on. And I'm just going to dip my finger, and I'm going to start placing this on the places where I have darkness. Now around my mouth is like my biggest problem area that sometimes, depending on the foundation I use, shines through. And then right under my eye. Already you can start to see, like, even though it's not even blended out, you can start to see the darkness going away. Like my complexion is already looking more even. Okay, so now you can use your finger and dab this out. You do not have to have some special brush. And unless you have multiple beauty blenders, I wouldn't suggest using your beauty blender, because if you're going to use it for your foundation, you don't want to be spreading orange all over your face. So I'm just blending this out with my finger, just tapping it lightly. And I may even drag a little bit onto my lid because there's darkness on my eyelid. I don't want to drag it out too far. And if you do like to use a brush, because some people seriously hate using their fingers, which is a phase I go through, I have this Bella Pro concealer brush. And I'm just going to do the same thing I was doing with my finger, basically just dabbing it in. Using a brush sometimes helps with, you know, controlling where the product goes. Now we're going to ring around the rosy. This is just a little powder brush, and I have not put any powder or anything on it. But I'm just going to press this sponge, it's not a sponge, this little cloth all the way around so that it takes off any like excess, like actual like product that's just sitting there. And this helps to set it in. Now that that's set into my skin, I'm ready to move on to foundation. Finding the right color foundation for yourself is like a never-ending struggle, let's be honest. Like, all brands have different colors, have different undertones, different this, different that. It's really just about trying, I mean, just keep like trial and error until you find the right color, because I mean, I've been doing my makeup for years and like still finding the right color is hard for me. Listening to the people over the counter isn't always the best option because sometimes they don't even know what they talk about. And yeah, so I mean, just keep trying until you find the right one. So some of the foundations that I love, and you can get them at the same place you get, you know, the primers and all of that. L'Oreal Pro Matte is so amazing. I am in the color 111. Love the Maybelline Fit Me Matte and the dewy one. I'm in the color 340 in both of them. 340 is so hard to find. I have 330 right here, which is too light for me in the summertime and spring and warmer months, so I can't use this. But I love the Maybelline Fit Me. They have so many colors. And those are just a couple of my favorite foundations. And another thing you can use, foundation palette. I've used this foundation a couple times and I actually really like it. And the great thing about these is that it has 4 colors, and obviously I've been using this, wow. It's got 4 colors, so what I did when I first got it was I would just put, you know, dip my finger in it and color match myself. See how obviously that's way too light for me? Go to a darker one. You can't even tell where that just went, so obviously this is my color. So that's how you can color match yourself and find the right foundation color for you. But today I'm going to be using this L'Oreal Infallible Pro Matte. A lot of people have been saying that they don't know the best way to apply or blend their foundation, and so here are my favorite 2 things to use. I either like using this Pro Bella Blend and Buff brush, or I like to use a beauty blender. To show you that they do the exact same thing and they serve the exact same purpose, I'm going to use one side with this brush and one side with my handy dandy beauty blender. That is damp. I rinsed this under water. It's clean, it's fresh, she's ready to go. So I'm going to give this a little shaky shake. Put a little bit on the back of my hand. This is how much I'll be using today. And I'm just going to start pressing this. I'm going to be pressing this into my skin. So this is just buffing it basically. And it's already covering that orange really nice. And because my skin is basically the same color, I mean my face is the same color as my neck basically, this makes it easy to drag it down. And you want to make sure after you get most of the product off that you go over that color correcting. I know it still looks really orange right now, but we're going to fix it. So that's one side. Now for the Beauty Blender, just going to dip it, and now I'm just going to be patting this around. It's the same motions, and honestly I think the Beauty Blender is a little bit faster because look how fast. Make sure to get over that orange, over those eyes. Okay guys, so here's what it looks like after I've color corrected and everything. I've got just a flat surface here. We have all the same color on our face. Everything is one tone, and this is what you want. You want a nice base for the rest of your makeup. Now if you want to go and highlight and contour and do all of that and bring some dimension back into your face, this is the time to do it. But that finishes the foundation portion and color correcting of it all. So yeah. So I hope this video helped you guys learn a little bit more about basics of your foundation and just a nice flawless base. So if you guys like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Make sure you're subscribed to my channel, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye!